we've seen channels that specialize in Pokemon cards and just talk about Pokemon cards, and then there's channels that talk about the games and they'd run Nuzlocke playthroughs and
between the two of us, we like both.
Exactly.
Both. We like both. We like bokeh.
We both, yeah, very creative backgrounds, and
I mean, I'm about as creative as a stick, so you know,
well, you managed to get this audio working, thankfully.
Yeah,
so...
but that's hardware. That doesn't mean shit.
Anyway, right, okay. Well, let's crack on to some news then. So this is Pokelocked's first video, and we're going to be doing a news roundup. Oh gosh, maybe every Friday.
Wait, did you just go in with that full whack?
Yeah, that's the intro.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I just, you didn't realise. Where
was the warning?
I lured you in.
Oh my god.
We're keeping it casual. We're keeping it casual.
Wow.
So, Bale, you're fairly new to the modern era of the TCG side of things, aren't you?
Yes. I'm an old man who collected the original ones.
I don't know if you've got your binder near you or to hand.
Oh, it's up there. Yeah. It's up on my shelves.
You've got that one of the...
I've got the... Hang on. The original. That is original circa... What's the year on the back? 1999.
Amazing.
This is from. Yep. And you've got obviously all the red marks and all. So yeah, I was there at the start, Will. I really was. Yeah. I was there at the start, and you'll be there at the end.
But safe to say, you've taken a bit of hiatus from those early years of collecting. You've done a bit here and there. And...
I dabble in the odd pack.
Yeah.
As a kind of, you know, you know when you were a kid going to like a shop when Freddos were like 5p each, and you were like, oh, you know what? I'll spend my pocket money on a pack of Pokemon cards. Now that I'm an adult with a working job, my pocket money is there all the time. Yeah, so
even better.
I can buy packs when I don't well please, which is great. I've dabbled throughout the years. There was a big hiatus from, oh goodness, like when I was at university, where no money was had by anyone. So yeah.
So again, I collected with my cousin back when I was really young, that sort of base set stuff. I remember getting the trainer boxes and actually playing. We used to love playing the actual TCG game, and then I haven't really picked it up since sort of maybe a couple months ago now, and where the popularity obviously started increasing and to the point at where it's at now, and really sort of thrown myself back into it. And I'm still very much in that learning phase of it too, and understanding how these sets are working, what makes things interesting, what makes things popular. But for me, the change in art of the cards, like the artwork that are on there at the moment, that's really just blows me away.
I mean, compared to like, well, let's look at this ancient Charmeleon from like days gone past. How, like, I know it's kind of like an action shot, but it's really quite lame compared to modern day stuff. It's honestly night and day. Or if you look at this Team Rocket Machop with like the big gold outline,
classic.
Like, what is going on there?
And then you get these like incredible new cards, like this Appleton.
Like the foot, like you never had full arts back in my day.
So I went in just by chance, went into like a local, my local card shop, and I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't really been in something like that for a while. Went in and they had loads of single cards that you could flick through, and I was just, after seeing what was in that sort of collection, I was just hooked back again. So, yeah, we're really. I'm really going to try and delve more into the TCG side and learn more about it, and where we can go from there.
But we're also going to cover games.
Exactly.
I've been playing the games since the first one, and I haven't stopped since.
Yeah, you have somewhat of a collection going there, don't we? So
I have a physical copy of every single mainline Pokemon game except for Original Blue and Original Silver.
That's crazy.
But I do have those on the the Nintendo eStore thingamadoo, whatever it is called these days. I can't remember. So I do have a copy of it. I've also got a copy of Japanese Green.
Nice.
Which a friend got me when they were in Japan. So yes,
Yeah, because green, we didn't get green, did we? Obviously, so
no, we never did. No, because green was kind of yellow, but not yellow.
Yeah,
but yellow. But yeah, Japan. But yeah, they had a couple years head start on us, so they've been much more of a larger fan base for some time. But it looks like on your screen there, you've got some trading card news there, Mr.
Yeah,
Will. What have you got?
So I don't know. You might have seen a little bit of 151. People talking about it. It's been quite the rage recently, especially. Yep. Well, I mean, this was released back in September 23, I believe. So
yes.
Obviously playing on the nostalgia factor, but again, there are some absolutely beautiful cards in this set, and it's been notoriously hard to get a hold of, especially in the UK. I think a lot of people in the UK have tried Costco as sort of one of their main sources. Obviously, they're sort of like local card shops, but to find things at retail has been really tough. So if you want to open these packs, it's been expensive. They're going on eBay between sort of £7 to £10 a booster pack.
Oh,
yeah, that's the sort of prices you're talking at the moment.
Oh, blimey, that's a lot of pocket money.
That's a lot of pocket money. Yeah, it's a lot of
that's a loaf of bread in this economy. That's a loaf of bread. Jeez, either have your toast or you get a pack of 151
sourdough.
Mate, come on, always. Yeah, you got to live life on the edge.
So, revealed in October by Poke Beach, there is a new premium collection set coming to US, Europe, and there's a few other countries in February. Now, this is quite big news because up until this point, we haven't heard about any more cards being printed in terms of like what stock's out there already. So, is this stuff that we're hoping to see on shelves in the local card shops? Yes. Are we going to before people get to it? Probably not.
The scalpers will be out in force.
The big thing about this pack is that it contains 12 booster packs of 151. So just at current market value, you could, and it's got it here, released on February 7th at $60. So let's say it's anywhere between sort of £60 to £70. Like if you wanted to open 151 packs, if you could buy this at retail, this is the best price you're going to get it at. So already that's going to make it interesting for many people who are looking to resell it, people who want to open it. It's just obviously going to be a very high demand product. And then you get some promos in there. You got the Venusaur, Blastoise. Let me see if I can get a little zoom in on that. Oh yeah, there you go, perfect. So you get some promo cards and the jumbo. Yeah,
I remember I was in South Korea in September last year, and I think I bought maybe 1 or 2 packs of South Korean 151 without knowing it just came out, because I went, oh, look, a Mew, I'll have that.
Nice.
No, obviously no idea what it said in South Korean. Absolutely brutal language to learn. And hello is about 4 syllables long. But yeah, I do have some actual 151, but it's all South Korean. So I don't know what that does to the market value.
South Korean
cards, probably low.
You're low, yeah. I think you can get like a booster box for about 20 quid.
You can. And because I think I got a 30-pack booster box of definitely not 151. It was one of the other series out for... Ooh, I think when I equated out, it was like 21 quid. I think it was about 23,001, because their currency rate is really strange, and it's basically like knock off the 3 noughts and a couple of quids, and you pretty much get the conversion rate. So yeah, it's,
Korean you can still
better.
buy online, the 151 Korean, so definitely not as in demand. But the Japanese version has a pretty hefty price tag attached to it, and then the English one even more so. So 12 packs is really exciting. I'd love to get my hands on just one. Maybe we can unbox one on the channel if we're lucky. Maybe who knows where they end up? Costco, retail stores, Smith toy stores or something. I have to keep an eye out when those arrive. So that's the first bit of news. Really exciting. Just be cool to open some English packs of 151. I think it'd be nice to do that
and actually be able to read
read what's on them. Exactly.
I must say my Japanese is pretty bad.
Same. Funnily enough. And then moving on to some really exciting news. Now this stuff I don't think you would have seen yet. So there were some initial images from the Terrestrial Festival set coming up in Japanese. They did have the English cards, but it was the Special Art Rares or Special Illustration Rares, but it was horrifically pixelated. We've now just on PokeBeach, we've just released some high-res images of some of the SARs from the Japanese set coming out. And have you heard of the Moonbryon? Have you seen the Moonbryon or anything about that from Evolving Skies?
The Umbreon that's looking at the moon.
Yeah,
yes.
looking at the moon, sitting like with the tower in the background.
That's a pricey madam.
Exactly, yeah. So these are, people are talking, there's whispers that these could compete with cards of that sort of, legacy,
stature.
that stature,
yeah.
Exactly. So let's kick ourselves off. Oh no, I don't want a Yu-Gi-Oh booster box.
This is doesn't want to have a blue eyes white dragon.
Yeah.
Come on, my blue eyes white dragon's in defense mode, as it should be.
Here we go. So starting off with the Eevee.
What is? I'm intrigued by that art style. It's like someone's taken a like the kind of art filter in Photoshop and just slapped it over the background.
It's quite interesting. I could imagine it's in Japanese the texture is going to be unreal. It reminded me of two things, right? One was like an old banknote. It kind of had like that sort of like look and feel to it. Or like there's that classic English conservatory furniture that people, you like the rat, like almost that wooden rattan kind of like, it's like that really old looking sort of furniture piece. Anyway, it's very delicate. I think it's quite a cool card. Eevee, we haven't really seen pop up in a big way recently. So I don't think it's going to be the best one of the set, but it's nice to have an SAR of Eevee that you're able to pull from there. Let's go back to the next one. Let's go to the big hitter here.
Oh, that's gonna sell well.
That's gonna.
You know what that color scheme reminds me of?
What is it?
The Ancient Mew card that
you
got with the
movie.
first Pokemon movie. Yeah, that's People love Umbreon. Personally, not my favorite evolution. He's up there, but he's not the worst in my opinion. He's all right, but people go absolutely bonkers for this lad.
I love the mosaic on the mosaic style, like that prismatic style.
It's like tie-dye as well.
It's so cool. Really love how it's pieced together. And I feel like
no idea what those moves are though.
No, 160 damage. That's gotta hit. The outside could be almost like one of those big carpets that you see like hanging up, or like a tattoo or a piece or something. I don't know. It's amazing. Just the explosion of color is awesome. I really like how in these pictures you see the Eevees sort of the Eeveelutions take sort of center stage. They're actually, most of them seem to be sitting on a pedestal in the middle. So I can imagine in like a 9-page binder, these are going to look unbelievable. Going to cost you a bit, but going to look unbelievable. And then moving on to
Sylveon.
Got your Sylveon. That is.
I mean that just looks like edible cake. It really does. The colours. Yeah, it's just cotton candy in Pokemon form. To be fair, that's a clean card.
I like that. It's got
a clean
that
card.
cherry blossom feel to me.
Yeah.
For me, Sylveon's eyes can vary so much.
Yes.
And in this card, I really like how the eyes look. Again, the pose in the middle, like sitting on almost like a cloud, it looks like. Phenomenal. I think, again, that in person is going to look amazing. I quite like the arch. They all seem to be sort of like framed in some way, don't they? Like, you've kind of got the circle here, the arch there, so it's kind of really draws your eyes to the center of the card. Again, love that. And then lastly, from the high resolution images, got a Glaceon.
Oh, yeah, Glace. Oh, this was. You know what that is? It's like one of those, the twisty prism things, Spirograph, not Spirograph.
No, Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
Yes.
That background is full on.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Glaceon top tier.
Again, intricate detail on the back. I think this actually might be my favorite. It'll be quite cool to see it in person.
If I could pull any of them, Glaceon all day, I think. Yeah.
It probably won't be as worth as much as the other ones, but still,
who cares when the art's that good?
Yeah, exactly. That just looks phenomenal. What's your take on the rainbow borders? Because obviously, in the vintage era, you didn't really get anything like that. So
no, in the vintage era, it's just yellow. And you know what, Will? There's more yellow.
Oh.
And just the big block word of trainer in yellow.
Yeah.
So we've had better. I don't mind it. It gives a lot of like tie-dye vibes, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But then it obviously correlates with the, well, I'm presuming their kind of thing here is trying to boost after the Stellar type, which was obviously the terastalized type that they brought in Scarlet and Violet. So where the kind of Pokemon can be basically all types at once. So I don't know if they're kind of trying to go down that vibe with it, but I don't mind it. What do you think?
I really like it. I think on some cards I feel like it could hinder it a bit, but I think just the amount of color within these cards, I actually really like. It seems to almost pick out, like, you've got the Glaceon blue, the Sylveon pink, you've got the Umbreon sort of like yellow it's playing on there a bit.
I think it might have worked better if it kind of blended a bit more with what the background color was, especially with the Umbreon one, because that's so dark and all the colors around the outside are really bright. And maybe having like a more muted tone to kind of blend it in more. Whereas with this Eevee one, it kind of works because it's quite bright, it's quite vibrant.
I have to say though, when you're like opening a pack and you see that rainbow border,
you're like, oh
yeah,
boy!
that is a good feeling. That is a good feeling. So I do like what they've done there. So yeah, that's a nice little wrap up. And our first sort of like have a looking at the news, little introduction to us. I don't even know if we mentioned our names. I'm Dev, by the way.
I'm Bale or James. I don't mind.
Oh yeah, I'll go by Will. Yeah, either or.
So yeah, either or. Yeah, hi. We're Pokemon fans. Now, there's also some video game news, Dev. Can you load up that link I sent you?
Boom! Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah, wicked. So, if you are still playing through Scarlet and Violet, which you absolutely should be doing, there are some more Terra event raids coming to a spot near you. So if you scroll down a smidge, you'll see the first two, which literally, if this is coming out on Friday the 22nd, then these two will be live.
Yep.
You can get a Torterra with a Mighty Mark. It'll be a 7-star raid, so make sure you bring some friends along. It's quite hard to solo a 7-star raid, but you can do it. It's just very hard. And you need to have the like perfect Pokemon and everything to work perfectly for it to work. But generally, if you bring 4 mates with decent ones, you can pretty much do it. The next one you've got at the same time, you can also get Blissies in 5-star ones, which can be soloed if, again, you've got the right things. Lots of Terra Shards and XP candies coming out there. The next two, which is from the 20th, so those two run from the 22nd to the 24th of November. The next two is the 29th of November to the 5th of December, where you have Corviknight and Bellibolt appearing. So they'll be in your Terra Raid battles.
I love Bellibolt.
In that. He's just, well, where are his eyes, Will? Are they on the side of his head or in the middle of his head? The big debate.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're meant to be in the middle and the outside ones are like fake eyes. But either way, if you haven't got yourself a Corviknight or a Bellibolt yet, that's the way to do it. Then the next one is 6th to the 12th. You've got a Azumarill and you've also got the mighty Clodsire, everyone's favourite Wooper evolution. In 5-star raids. I absolutely love Clodsire. He is the best.
That is a big hat.
Boy. He's a big ground boy.
Yeah.
He's the best boy. Then the next one, you got the 13th to the 19th, which is your 5-star raids with Annihilate and King Gambit. So if you weren't able to evolve your Primates or your Bisharps, then you can get yourself the fully evolved one. You don't need to faff around, which is good. So that'll be the 13th and 19th. And then the big hitter is a shiny Rayquaza or Rayquaza, however people pronounce it. I think it's Rayquaza, and that's how it should be.
I'm locking that in. Rayquaza.
So, ka-chung. Locked, nice. So these are 5-star raids, so you can do them on your own, although it is much easier if you bring some friends along. It will be shiny, so it will be in its ultra cool black coloration, and that runs over Christmas, so from the 20th of December to the 5th of Jan. So yeah, make sure if you want yourself a shiny Rayquaza that is legit, and you don't have to trade it up from, you know, an much older game, then this is the way to do it. But yeah, Scarlet and Violet, make sure you're all up to date and jump online and do those things. There's also some mass outbreaks happening as well. So if you scroll down a little smidge, please, Mr. Devro. Yeah, so these mass outbreaks, you'll have Slightly more likely to find shinies if you're shiny hunting. Obviously, you can use the shiny sandwiches and such to make your chances higher. And obviously, in Mass Outbreaks, they're just everywhere for a period of time. So you've got Tinkertink, you've got obviously Chansey underneath that. So they're all running from the 29th to the 5th. You've got OG Wooper, which I think is better than Paldean Wooper, but then Clodsire is better than Quagsire. But you know, that's my thought pattern. So yeah, Wooper is 6th to the 12th of December, and then Girafarig is 13th to the 19th. And then there are some other ones lower down as well. So you've got Satoddle, Carbink, and Fraxia. They'll be rocking out, and they have increased shiny odds. And the fun thing about their shinies is all their shinies are dark coloured. So if you want a black Satoddle, that's the way to do it. And yeah, that is the only current events that are rocking it at the moment, I believe.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, keep on looking at Cerebi, Bulbapedia, Victory Road, and you can find all the things. And if there's any other codes as well, you can find those there as well. Video games. Yay.
Good stuff. That's a nice little wrap up. I quite like it. The two sides of the coin there. That's what all this channel is all about. Trying to bring in both sides of the TCG and the gaming. We're going to be uploading one of our first Let's Play Pokelocked challenges soon, and I'm sure you'll see that appear on the channel very shortly. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that.
Indeed, yeah. Keep it locked, I guess. Is that our new phrase? That sounds really bad.
I think we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Put it on the whiteboard and wipe it straight off.
Yeah.